everybody, it's Margaret, and I am here today with
Steve Raiken, aka Raiken Profit.
How are you today?
Doing excellent. Beautiful day out here in Connecticut. Probably, close to 85, 90 degrees. Went to the gym at my parents' house, had a nice home cooked meal. So what's better than that? And I'm with you. So,
Stop. Well, thanks for coming on and agreeing to come and hang out with me for a little bit.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. And just really excited to be here because I still remember when we talked on that phone at one time and you hadn't even gotten started. So that's for later on in the show, but thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. Okay, for anybody who's watching that doesn't know who you are, why don't you tell them a little bit about who you are and what you do real quick?
Yeah, so my name's Steve Raiken. I'm 29 years old. I am from Connecticut. I have a YouTube channel called Raiken Profit, and I started my YouTube channel about 3 years ago. I think it was right before I quit my job. I was working at the Cracker Barrel at a restaurant as a server, and just imagine me, I had my little apron on, and they gave me like a little star. I think I was up to 2 stars because I was really kicking butt over there. Great service. Anyways, I was looking for something more purposeful, something that could allow me to have more freedom, make more money, and stumbled upon the YouTube community, specifically the Bonafide Hustler. And we became friends, and I learned from him how to make money selling bicycles on Craigslist. Those first couple months, like that first summer, I sold probably at least $10,000 worth of mountain bikes and road bikes on Craigslist, buying from Craigslist and flipping them back on Craigslist. And from there I was hooked, moved on to selling clothing on eBay, moved on to Kindle publishing, YouTube videos, and a whole bunch of other things as well that we could talk about later on. But documented my entire journey on YouTube, over 800 videos. Today I actually hit 30,000 subscribers today.
Yay!
Yes.
Congratulations.
So, no better than to be partying with the Texas Cal Treasure right now on a special day. Yes. So, yeah, just love creating content and helping others, because if it wasn't for the people like you guys watching right now, I'd probably still be at the Cracker Barrel, because, when you have a channel, the viewers, they really help you. They hold you accountable. They teach you things you don't know. And, like they always say, you can't master something before you teach it. So me being able to have an outlet to teach and help others really came back to me tenfold. So just very grateful. And that's a little bit about myself.
Awesome. I have a very important question, though.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir, but is it going to cost extra for me to get some more apple butter?
What?
They always have the apple butter.
Yeah, I know. There's, I would hook you up, but some people, they like to take advantage of the system. Certain people, they'll go there and literally they're just ordering biscuits, like hundreds of biscuits and apple butter. And you know what? As a server,
go on.
As a server, they said you can never argue with the customer. So I was like, all right, I got you. I'll take care of you. I remember one time there was these 2 little old ladies, and they were so freaking, they were hard asses. They were badasses. They did not play any games. I remember one time, this is right before I quit. I'd had enough. I had brought some coffee over to the 2 ladies sitting down. And what we do, we bring them the biscuits, and then we bring them the coffee. And I put the coffee mug down. The coffee mug was empty, and I had the coffee in my hand. And I put the coffee mug down, and she put it in her hand, and she looks at me, and she goes, young man, what the hell is wrong with you? And I said, what did I do wrong? She goes, you don't have the common courtesy to heat this mug up in the microwave before you bring it to me?
What?
I'm like, I didn't take it serious because she's just an old woman, but things like that happened all the time. And I'm like, heat the mug up in the microwave? I never even was trained to do this. Who does that? But
maybe she had trained her husband to do it for her.
Yep. So yeah, she didn't get any apple butter.
No apple butter for you.
Sorry, we ran out. And the microwave's broken too.
See, and I don't even like, my mother-in-law loves the apple butter, and they don't have a Cracker Barrel though. So when they come here, we eat a Cracker Barrel like every other day. So yeah, for real. I like the little syrups, but since we're talking, I mean, they came here to listen to stories about Cracker Barrel.
I could go there right now and tear down everything on that menu if I had to. I'm trying to be good on my diet and working out, but if you're gonna break your diet and eat like go to Cracker Barrel. Food's amazing. Just don't look at the calories.
Right? They've got good oatmeal. Okay. And then cracker barrel.
Why'd you have to bring up the oatmeal? Now I'm going to be thinking about it the whole show.
It's so good with like brown sugar. Okay.
Oh, raisins.
Yes. Okay, so yay, thanks everybody for coming to hang out. That's in the chat. I really appreciate you coming. Well, I'll do some shout outs in a second, but let's talk real quick about how we met. Do you remember? I do. If you can, I will tell the story.
Well, if I was to guess, because I remember that we had that phone call, I don't know how it came about, but I think we were talking from, I don't remember exactly. Maybe, was it from the green room or was it from you leaving comments on my YouTube channel and we started chit-chatting that way? And I think, you tell the story. You know it better than I do, but I'm like, I know it's somewhere in that arena.
Okay, so I started watching YouTube videos because same thing, like I was starting to resell, but I didn't know anybody. I couldn't talk to anybody. So I just started watching people like, oh, okay, these people know. And I was watching one of your videos and you were talking about, hey, if you have the opportunity, you should start a YouTube channel because, the community and the connection and learning and just getting to meet everybody. And so, and you even said, if you are interested, I'm willing to talk to you about it. And so I took you up on it. I sent you a message and said, I want to start a channel. That'd be fun. And you called me up one day. You said, I sent you my number and
I still remember that day. And I've talked to so many people about starting a YouTube channel. No lie, Margaret, out of, probably the 30, 40, 50 conversations I've had, there's probably only been maybe 2 or 3 who's even come close to making the progress you have. So you gotta pat yourself on the back because you've taken massive amounts of action. I mean, you already know good-looking ladies already have an advantage. So you already had you already had an advantage coming onto the tube like that. But you put in so much work. All jokes aside, so I remember that. I remember walking around my kitchen talking to you, and you had all these questions, and you're like, "I'm going to do it." And then I saw your videos slowly coming out, and then they kept coming out. And then I couldn't get away from them.
No, nobody can. I'm after you all. No, but that inspired me to, same thing, like always encourage people because you were that person that encouraged me. Oh, your other little thing went away. Can they still see everybody? I don't know how that works.
What happened?
There's like 2 little pictures.
So yeah.
One of them went away. I don't know how to fix that.
I have no clue either. Are you talking about, because sometimes people they open up like a 3rd tab to make it do something? I never do that.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll just go back and forth then. Oops. But yeah.
You broke YouTube.
But really, that's how I got started. So I've always felt like this. Is this a love connection? Somebody says in the Scott Fisher. Maybe it is. No.
No,
but
I think it is.
No. But I've always felt really grateful and really, I had a word for it earlier. I can't think of the word now, but just, I've always felt grateful to you for sharing that with me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we definitely got a connection. I mean, when you help someone or someone helps you right at the beginning, because right when you're at the beginning of anything, regardless if it's eBay, Amazon, YouTube, it's hard to get help, right? Isn't it? It's tough to it's tough to get someone to like just show you like what are the first steps, and
yeah,
I've got connections with a lot of people like that as well for helping me out at first. So, for anyone out there, always lend a hand. It always comes back to you,
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, that's the same. So I try, it's harder now, but I try to encourage people as much as I can to do, if they're interested in this or Etsy or whatever they want to do. So anyway, okay. We can just talk all day about that. Okay, here's another question. What is the strangest or funniest reseller story that you've heard? It could be yours or it could be somebody else's.
Well, I was thinking about this question because there's a lot of funny things that have happened. One funny thing is this. I want to talk about another one, but one funny thing was my mom told me that she was at a Goodwill and this guy was like he had like filled up a whole cart of books, like a whole cart of books. Obviously, he was a reseller. He was scanning and everything. And when the person at the register is like, "What are you doing with all these books? Are you reselling them?" And he goes, "No, I'm trying to fill out a bookshelf." that was funny. But probably one of the funniest thing was our green room meetup when we went all garage sailing to like we had like 50 people hitting garage sales and just seeing the faces on these people. It looked like there was a war about to go down. We were just going through these garage sales, just like demolishing them, and it was just so hilarious having like 10 cars pull up to a garage sale and just wipe the whole thing out like a tidal wave just went over it.
Yeah. Oh, that was fun though. That was good times right there. I found some good stuff.
Yeah, we all did.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's right. I'm running the show here. Where'd my questions go? Okay. So here we go. What do you love to pick up that just never brings you a whole lot of money?
Yeah, so when I was younger, I always loved playing baseball. I'm actually on a softball team now, and like my dream when I was younger was to be a professional baseball player. Didn't happen. I always ended up getting injured. I actually had surgery on my elbow. There's like freaking holes in my elbow from when I was in high school and I was playing varsity baseball and everything. But I've always loved baseball. I always loved collecting baseball cards, and I'll still pick them up from time to time, but they're just most of them aren't worth anything at all. Like the only baseball cards that are really worth money now is like if it's like a super rare rookie card or like an old card from like the 50s or 60s or 70s. I mean, I went to a Goodwill the other day. Some guy donated his whole collection of baseball cards, new in the box from the 80s. They're just not worth anything. They're just mass produced. So I love picking them up, but it's just like, what are you going to do with them?
Yeah, that I picked some up a while back thinking I had a good deal, and you live and learn though. Okay, here we go. So what is a resource that you use all the time?
Well, I know this is a little biased, but it's true. The Green Room, it's a membership site that I run, and I'm always in the green room observing, reading different articles, just hearing what people have to say. I feel like for me personally, I learn the most from interacting with people. I know there's podcasts out there, there's YouTube videos, but definitely Green Room. Definitely Green Room's a big resource for me. And I remember when we first started that, we were kind of the ones who knew the most, the admins. But then over about a year period, that switched really quick. And there's guys in there who are just doing crazy things like Craig Morris, Robert Benares, Jameson Philippi, Jason Clark. I mean, there's so many people in there who are just like putting up ridiculous numbers. And, I definitely learn a lot from there. But YouTube, probably YouTube number two. Just so many videos out there and so many crazy, like knowledgeable people to learn from. I mean, I don't know if you remember, but a couple of years ago, there weren't half as many people as there are now creating content and putting out information, especially with clothing. When I first started my YouTube channel, I got popular quick because I was sharing my clothing hauls and everything. If I was to start my YouTube channel like today and start doing what I was doing with clothing, my channel probably wouldn't grow that fast because there's like so many other people doing it already. So I kind of found a niche at first, but YouTube and the Green Room, those are my top ones right now.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah. And speaking of Jameson, I've seen the pictures that Cody's in the States now. I'm so excited.
I know. I cannot wait to meet Cody. For people who don't know who Cody is, his name's Cody Orgel, young guy from Australia who just made it to United States for the first time. And he's like a little boy in a candy shop. He's going crazy. I'm watching his periscopes and all that. It's crazy.
I can't wait. He's got such a great channel too. He's so fun. That's another thing too, like getting to see, like, I'm so interested in seeing like resellers in other countries because it's so different, or it's same in certain areas and then it's so different. So I love checking out what other people are doing in other places. So that's cool.
True. No, I agree.
Okay, let's take it down a notch. Okay, here we go. How would you, here we go, this is the dreaded one of the questions. How would you sell hot chocolate in Florida in August?
I was thinking about this. I really was. I was thinking, what would I do? I guess the best thing for me would be to differentiate my hot chocolate from everybody else because, people are selling hot chocolate even in the summer. There's somebody out there who wants it. So I would have to somehow have the best hot chocolate. So what I'd probably do is talk to some people in the green room, find out some wholesalers, and get the best cocoa beans from South America. Get the best cocoa beans from South America. Get the best whipped cream, and I would have to post up somewhere, probably early in the morning, where I don't know, somewhere early in the morning where someone wants something hot, and I would just have to advertise that I have the best. These are rare cocoa beans from Peru. I've got whipped cream. You'd have to sell it. You would have to sell it. Who
Yeah.
knows? Maybe I would get some really cool, funky glasses with like funny things on it. I don't know, but that's a tough one right there. How would you?
Me? Oh, dude, here's what I would do. Because I know there's a lot of retirement communities in Florida.
I was thinking
And
that too.
what I was thinking
They're
was,
broke.
no, they're not. Well, maybe some of them. I'll make it cheap.
Oh, retirement communities. I was thinking of convalescent homes. I don't know why.
Well, some of them might be. But anyway, I can sell volume and make more money than your fancy cocoa beans. And here's why.
You're going to knock on the doors?
No. No. I'm going to get, some of those girls that like the Reseller that hold up the big signs, and they walk around in their bikinis. Because they'll be comfortable because it's hot. So
that's overhead, though. How are you going to handle the overhead?
For the girls?
Yeah. They're not cheap.
I'll find cheap ones.
Oh, okay. All right.
And they'll walk around, instead of like panhandling, they'll, or like free car wash for the, kids softball team, hot chocolate. And then the guys, the retirement village guys, like, they don't care.
I like that because in business, it's funny. The winners win because they're willing to do what it takes, right? Who said you had to be ethical? Just get some hot girls and some skimpy clothes and sell hot chocolate.
Come on. How is that unethical?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Plus, we can market it as, it's good for the colon because it'll help flush things out, right?
You want to know what? I bet you there's a lot more older women who'd want the hot chocolate than old men. So I'll get bona fide hustler to take his shirt off and walk around, and I could get him. He owes me a few, so I don't even have any overhead.
Yeah. Okay, I like it. See, we got to see. Now somebody's going to take our idea. So.
Trademark.
Okay. Here we go. So here's a good question. Who or what led to your success? We kind of talked about it a little bit, but.
Well, I led myself to success. But I listened to a lot of self-development tapes from Tony Robbins, Brian Tracy. I listened to a lot of audiobooks on Audible, which is a great resource. I forgot to mention that before. Audible is a great resource. It's an Amazon company where you could actually listen to the audio version of the book. So, whether you're taking a walk or maybe you have one of those speakers in your shower, you could listen to an audiobook. But invested a lot in self-development, really surround myself with positive people in the YouTube community, got away from a lot of the toxic and negative people. And I know one of your questions is going to kind of touch on this later on, so I'm not going to dive too much into it. But when I was younger, I made a lot of mistakes, was hanging out with the wrong people, got in trouble, which we'll touch on later. But got away from a lot of the toxic people and allowed myself to kind of be free to think on my own and not have so much negativity in my life. So, I definitely led myself to success by letting go of the past and just looking ahead for the future.
Yeah, I totally agree on a lot of that. Yeah, as far as
what I'm saying?
Toxic people. Yeah, and that's still continues. It's tough, figuring out as you go, maybe this person isn't such a good fit for my life. And then Audible too. I'm a book junkie. I love Audible. I couldn't get anything done without it.
Yeah, you could get I have a subscription. It's like $14.95 a month. I don't know if you're on the same one where you get tokens. So you get a certain amount of tokens per month it kind of saves you some money that way. But Audible is amazing. I mean, there's so many people out there who have already done it. They've already been around the block. There's people who have made millions on eBay, millions on Amazon. There's people on YouTube with 15 million subscribers. You don't have to try to reinvent the wheel. There's people out there who have already done it. So I feel like one of the biggest, the easiest way to fast track your success in anything is to just model success. Find someone who's already done it. So that's what I'm trying to do. It's been slow and steady and, just an average guy and, still trying to figure things out and make a lot of mistakes all the time, but I'm just learning and trying my best,
Yeah. And Amazon Audible has a deal going on. I'll drop a link to it in the description box, but it's if you sign, there's a free month trial and you get 2 free books to sign up. So I'll drop that link down after the show because that's a great free.
Drop that link.
I will. I'm gonna do it. Okay.
Turn that into a remix.
Drop
that link. Audible.
Not paid advertising. But I listen to audiobooks all the time. Okay, here we go. What is the most unexpected thing that you have found about reselling?
I guess probably the most unexpected thing, and I didn't have an answer prepared for this, but I guess one of the most unexpected things is realizing that there's so much inventory and profitable items out there. When I first got started, it was like this scarcity mindset, like gotta be the first one at the thrift store, like gotta like be on Craigslist all day long, like if I don't get it now, like it's gonna be gone. Like it was a scarcity mindset. But when you're in this game for a while, you realize that there's so much money for the taking. And I'll name a few examples: garage sales, thrift stores, retail stores, pawn shops, online arbitrage, wholesale, private label. I mean, the list goes on and on. There's a million different ways to make money, to be able to source products. I guess that's what we're talking about. I always had the scarcity mindset of, there's not enough, there's not enough. There is enough. There's so much out there. Is it going to be like this forever? No. Are we kind of in a little golden age right now? Probably yes. Is it going to always be this easy? Probably not. But right now, it's just, there's no excuse. There's so much out there for the taking. And I didn't expect that. After being in this game for 3 years, I didn't expect to say to myself, wow, like there's so much out there and there's enough for everybody.
Yeah, that's for sure. We have in our group, International League of Thrifters, we have a Dollar Tree challenge going on. I have never done it, but I know that Tanya has sold things that she bought from Dollar Tree. And I know Entrepreneur Girl will frequently do things on like bundles and things on FBA or Amazon from Dollar Tree stuff. So it's just seriously everywhere.
So much. It's ridiculous. If and the funny thing is, I think that I know it all, but I'm not even close. I probably only know 30%. There's probably a whole nother 70% of ways to source inventory that I'm not even aware of.
Right. Yeah, totally.
So,
and just for you guys, I gave Steve some of the questions, but I held some back, just so you know that he did get forewarned on some of them, just to be fair.
And I'm glad you did you fair warn me on a few of these, because I'm like, holy, you actually have to think about these. Most, I give you props because most interviews are just like cut and dry. 5 tips to increase sales. What's the number one thing you recommend to a new seller? And you're like asking me like, how do you sell hot chocolate to a girl in a bikini? I mean,
well, because I think you can see on the other videos, they know all the
I like it though. That's awesome. Get you to think.
Okay, I'm gonna do some hellos in the chat real quick. So we got 31 people coming to say hey.
Uh-oh.
So Turtle Trader was first today. Hello. And Barbara, who's one of our admins over in International League of Thrifters. Hello. And Mountain Woods Media, Old to New Treasures, and Pittsburgh Mike. He's got a question we'll jump to in a little bit. And
don't answer that punk's question. No, I'm just kidding. I know who he is.
And Fran needs more stuff. Hello. And there's Raiken Profit. And Scott Fitzgerald.
So Scott.
Obese Lemon YT, HB Picker. And there is Tanya, my girl, Thrifty Treasures. And Barbara Barrick. Hello. Wow. Oh, and Jinx Clementine. Hey. Okay. I don't know. I like saying hey to everybody. Okay. All righty. We ready?
Ready to roll.
You know what? Let me ask his question since I'm at a good spot to do that. So Pittsburgh Mike asks, how do you balance work and personal life between YouTube and listing on eBay, Amazon also? Seems like there wouldn't be enough hours in the day for you. And you don't even have kids.
Yeah, I mean, I'm single. I don't have kids. I got my own little bachelor pad. So, I mean, a lot of the things I do, I mean, there's like a mixture of things that I do in the different businesses, from eBay to Amazon to Kindle to YouTube to the green room. There's a good split between active income and passive income. So, for example, for Amazon, to keep up my numbers and my goals of what I'm trying to do, and I'm not trying to change the world. I'm just, trying to make, between my goal for Amazon FBA is between $5,000 to $8,000 a month in gross sales. For me to do that, I only have to, spend about maybe 5-6 hours a week sourcing, and maybe like 5 or 6 hours just shipping items out. So, I mean, to keep that going, there's not a ton of time that I have to spend. With eBay, it's very part-time. It's active income. Amazon's active income. For YouTube, you know, if I spend 30, 45 minutes a day, that's active. But a lot of the things like Kindle publishing and a lot of my older YouTube videos and the green room, a lot of things are a mix between active and passive. So I don't always have to be spending my time to keep things going. A lot of things are just like, it's like a ball rolling down a hill. I just have to get it started, and it kind of rolls on its own. And then, you know, I put things down, I pick things up. In terms of how I balance it all, I mean, I'm committed to my health. So, you know, I go to the gym, and I do a lot of things that are fun, like going outside and hanging out with different friends and stuff. So, I mean, I'm not working all day long. I mean, how do I balance it all? I mean, I guess I prioritize, and again, a lot of my things that I have to do, Mike, are passive. So, you know, a lot of things don't take, you know, a ton of time to get done. I know that's not the greatest answer. I wish I could bring you behind the scenes and show you what I'm talking about, but I have my priorities in line, which is one thing I'd recommend. You know, if you seem like you're really busy, Mike, or anyone else out there, you don't know how to manage your time, ask yourself, what are the most important things that I could do that are going to have the biggest impact on my business or in my life or my level of happiness? And I ask myself those questions every day. If you follow me on Snapchat, I'm always asking myself, what am I grateful for? What are my values? What am I happy about? And I try to put the most important things in front of my day and make sure I take care of them at first. So hopefully that answers your question. I know that wasn't the best response, Mike, but
What? I thought that was great, for sure. Especially with
thanks.
are you on, do you have a merch? Are you doing merch shirts yet or no?
So I am approved, but I've taken literally zero action on it.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. I mean, I just haven't gotten the ball rolling, but I know if I do and get some momentum. Are you?
Yeah, yeah, I am.
What
And
are you
I don't
teared
make,
up to?
oh my God. I'm up to 100. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, I got 100 shirts up, but I'm nowhere near like you watch Glenn
Yeah.
Zubia, and
Yeah.
I mean, he's amazing.
Yep.
But for me, from my level, I feel like, you know, and it's slowly gotten better. Like one month it was like $40 and the next month $60. And, you know, but to me, that's like, yay, that's a tank of gas that I didn't have last
Oh,
month.
absolutely. And it's going to only build, and you're going to learn what works and what doesn't. And,
Hmm.
you know, you'll get there.
Yeah. So, I mean, for me, talk about passive income. Once you get it up there, it's there. Okay. We got some more
Exactly.
folkses. Hey, 41 people, John Royal and McKay Carter and Henry. And there's the Valley Picker. And oh, thanks, Jinx. Okay, is that everybody? Hey, Greg. All right, you got to hang out with Greg too, huh?
Yeah, we're actually Greg's in the comment section right now, the valet picker. I'm actually meeting up with Jeremiah Bryan. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him. He's always in the comments and
Oh yeah,
whatnot.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's in the green room as well. He's from Iowa. He's passing through Connecticut tomorrow, so we're going to be hitting up a thrift store. And I found out my buddy Tim and Valet Picker are going to be at a thrift store next to us. So I said, "You want to know what? I'm going to Savers." So, Greg, I'm going to see you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. at Savers.
Give him a hug for me.
I'm going to actually try to talk to the manager to get in at like 8:53 to try to get like a 7-minute advantage on these hustlers.
Good luck. Oh, excuse me. Okay, here we go. Did we read that? I don't know.
Is that a frog?
It was a little bit. Alrighty, where was I? I don't remember. So, okay, did we talk about turning points in your life? Kind of.
No, we didn't talk about
No,
the
we didn't
turning
do that.
points,
Okay, let's hear
but
about
we could talk about it now.
it. Were there any turning points in your life?
Yeah, I guess this is kind of gonna overarch a few different things. But when I was, this is also gonna cover things that you probably didn't know about me, which we talked about. When I was 21, I was living a completely different life. 18 to 21, I hate to swear, but I was really like a shithead. Like I was doing a lot of stupid things. One of them was I was always hustling, but on the wrong side. I was selling like weed, marijuana, stuff like that. I was 250 pounds, smoking 2 packs of cigarettes a day, pothead, just a piece of crap, really. You know, I'm not like a bad person doing anything crazy, but you're just selling to college kids and stuff like that. But when I was 21, I ended up getting busted, and there was one time where I was serving somebody, and it's crazy to talk like this because it's a whole different me. 8, 9 years ago, but I was giving somebody some product that was not legal. And I got out of the car and there was like 10 cops rushing at me with guns.
Oh
And they
my
took
God.
me down, tasered me down in the middle of a CVS parking lot and ended up in jail. And cost my parents probably like $10,000 to bail me out. And imagine me, 250 pounds, hooked on 2 packs of cigarettes a day, locked in jail with freaking just a pothead addiction, just a marijuana addiction, and ended up getting out of there, enrolled in school, into the radiology program to be an X-ray technician. Went through 2 years of school. The program only allowed 10 people in out of 200 or 300 applicants, and I actually got accepted into it. I had honors. I never did good in school. I was always a D, C student. Got honors, straight A's, got accepted into it, and decided I didn't want to do it. And that's kind of when I like started dwindling down a Cracker Barrel and then moved into reselling full time. It all kind of happened at the same time. It was a really weird little point. And I remember my dad and my grandparents and everybody like, what is wrong with you? You just got accepted into this super hard X-ray radiology technician program and you're not going to do it. And the honest truth was I just didn't want to be working for somebody. I was always a hustler, like I said, kind of doing the wrong things, but I loved, I was always very creative. I could always think outside the box. And I just didn't want to be stuck in that habitat, in that work environment. And that was right around the time when I met the Bonafide Hustler and bicycles and clothing, and just that was the turning point. I don't know exactly what happened, but that was definitely it right there.
Okay, so tell me what you think about this, like as a theory, because I hear a similar story from a lot of people that are entrepreneurs, that maybe like our schooling system is so in the box type of thinking that, I mean, I know for me, I don't know if you know this about me, but I dropped out of high school, you know, that it was just
I didn't
like,
know that.
yeah, like I'm not good at having people tell me what to do. So, but I find that so many resellers, entrepreneurs have that sort of mindset of like, I can't fit into this box that you want to put me in and sit in an office. And like the whole way that schools are structured is like, you do this or you're going down the wrong path, instead of finding a better outlet for kids. You know?
I definitely agree. And we could go on a whole 30-minute tangent about schools. They don't even teach you a lot of the things that you really, really need to know. That's a whole nother topic, but I agree 100%. I don't like getting told what to do. I like being creative. I like having my own freedom. And the thing with the radiology job, which I probably would have been an X-ray technician now if I didn't decide not to, I'd be making $60,000 a year. And back then I thought that was so much money, which I'm making much more than that now. But I thought it was so much money. And I guess one thing I learned is don't chase the money, chase your dream, chase a lifestyle. Don't chase the money, and I'm so glad that I decided not to go down that route, and so glad I somehow found a way to get away from the negativity. And man, hooked on 2 packs of cigarettes and 250 pounds. I mean, it's just a whole different life. I mean, I don't know how I was on, also just to even draw even more scary picture. They said I had ADD, so they had me on Ritalin. They had me on anxiety medication. I was I was a zombie. I wasn't even a person.
Wow. Gosh. See, I used to smoke too. I mean, I quit smoking too. I met Randy and I quit smoking 2 weeks after I met him because
Smoking what?
cigarettes.
Oh, I thought you were smoking the funny stuff. I didn't know what you were talking about.
I have kids that could watch this later.
You'll never become president if you admit that you took a puff.
I'm never gonna be president. That's me. But no, I mean, yeah, it's like you have to figure out. I met Randy. He was nothing like any guy I had ever dated before. I mean, he had his life together and his straight, basically super athletic. Have you met him? I don't know. I think you've met him.
Sorry, I was reading a comment. It was cracking me up.
Oh, okay. I have to look at it. Okay, let me hear it. Let me hear it. I like to crack up.
Scott was asking, when am I making my full transformation into a female? I don't know what he's talking. I know this guy. He's funny. He's always making comments like that, but sorry.
We'll take you out on the town when you do. Okay, here we go. Okay, well, what do you do for fun then? How about this? That's a good question.
Yeah. Well, I like to work out. I actually have a lot of fun going to the gym. I like bike riding. I like hiking. I like getting outdoors. I'm on a softball team, so anything that has to do with competition, I love it. Playing backyard football, volleyball. I haven't played that in a while, but I love it. roller skating. I mean, anything outdoors, hockey, street hockey. I mean, I love it all. I just love being outdoors and active. I like traveling. I like trying new foods. I like going to places and, trying things that I've never had before. I actually enjoy cooking to an extent, cooking up recipes. I'm vegan. I went vegan about, I don't know, 5 months ago. So
Wow.
love smoothies and going to Whole Foods and having wheatgrass shots. Just a lot of fun right there.
Cool. No, I love it. Okay, here we go. What is the most unexpected thing that people would maybe not know about you?
Probably what I just said before about being in jail and all that stuff. That's why I said it was kind of going to stretch on to other things. I'm trying to think if there's anything else unexpected. Here's something unexpected. It's not that unexpected, but one time I was driving my first vehicle to actually a college. It was a college. I was going to meet up with some friends, and my ex-girlfriend at the time, she was actually living with me at my parents' house, kind of, and like sneaking her in and out. It was like I told you, I was a whack job back in the day, and she had all her clothes in the back of my truck and everything. And we were driving to this college. I don't know why, but I had a Chevy Blazer, and I pulled over to the side of the road on the highway because the engine was starting to smoke. And next thing you know, the engine just caught on fire. We
Oh.
jumped out of the car, and the whole thing um, exploded, and all of her clothes got destroyed and everything. And it's nothing unexpected about me, but it was just unexpected story. I guess I wanted to share. Which
Yeah.
my first vehicle exploded. That was my unexpected thing you might not know about me.
Okay. Wow. Poor
Yeah,
girl. She's
yeah.
a bad guy
She
and a
stopped
bad.
talking to me ever since.
I was going to say. Okay, I'm looking. Okay, this was a question I crafted especially for you. I didn't get it out of my big book of
Oh
questions.
gosh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
No. So I put, you recently made a lot of changes in your personal habits.
Hmm.
What kicked that off, and how do you stay motivated, especially when you're on the road?
What was the question? How did I kick it off?
Yeah, how'd you kick it off, and then how do you stay motivated, like especially when you're
Okay.
traveling, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I try to. There's a book by Tony Robbins. It's called Unleash the Power Within, I believe. Awaken the Giant Within. Awaken the Giant Within. And he
Okay.
always talks about if you want to change, you have to stop thinking about like all the benefits. Like everybody always thinks like, oh, I want to lose weight because like I want to be skinny and I want to fit into clothes. But instead of like thinking about like the benefits that you're going to gain to doing something, try to think about what it's going to cost you if you don't do it. So
Mm.
for example, like stop saying like, oh, I just want to fit into clothes to lose weight. Like I want to be happy. Like I want to look good. Say to yourself, well, if I don't make this change, then I could come down with diabetes. Or if I don't make this change, I'm going to wake up every day and my self-esteem is going to be low, and I'm not going to be happy, and that's going to end up overflowing into my business because I'm not going to be able to be as vibrant or have the energy to do things. So I always try to, for me, the number one thing I always like to do to be able to make something stick with something is to always think about what it's going to cost me if I don't do it. So like, for example, maybe you got tiered up to 200 on Amazon merch. Don't think of all the amazing things that are going to happen when you publish the shirts. Imagine what it's going to cost you if you don't take the time to publish those shirt designs, what it's going to cost you to your family, what it's going to cost to your business, what it's going to cost to your freedom. So I always think about that. Also, try to connect with people who are already doing it and get motivated that way. For example, recently I've really been putting on a good amount of muscle and losing weight and transforming my body because I found somebody whose body that I wanted, my buddy, the Bonafide Hustler. So,
Wait, you want his body?
man, I want his life. No, I'm just kidding. On his bikes. No, so we sat down, he crafted a whole workout program for me, and he's been mentoring me along the way and everything, and that definitely helps a lot. But I think deep down inside, you've got to have that drive, that want, that burning desire to make a change. And I've just gotten fed up with being normal and mediocre that I refuse to be average anymore, and I'm going to make a change with my health and my business, and I'm going to continue to do it because I'll die before I give up and stop.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Now everybody's focused on Bonafide's body.
Oh God, do we have a bunch of women in the house right now?
You think it's just
Everybody.
women that want his body? My husband is fit, y'all. I mean, but he's still like he'll watch some of the Bonafide stuff, and he's like, man, he's got some guns. And Randy's got a lot of, anyway, that's just,
Anyways, as we
anyway.
digress.
Yeah, I always digress. Okay, I give up trying to not.
Someone's got to do it.
Yes. Okay, we talked about what you do for fun. Okay, here's the question. Who would you, we're getting into the more fun questions. There are less content-y questions. Okay, who would you have dinner with?
I thought about this one as well, and probably people are going to probably laugh, but I admire this guy so much, and I've talked about him a few times. Probably Tony Robbins. I would love to have dinner with him. I've actually had the privilege to shake his hand before at an event, but I'm just fascinated with how he's changed his life and how he's changing so many people's lives. I would love to sit down with him at his freaking 15,000 square foot palace on the coast of who knows where, Richie Town. Yeah, or Donald Trump. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean,
I just have some.
he's a guy. He's been successful. You know, let's not talk about politics though. That's
No, I was just making a joke, but yeah, you're right.
But yeah, for sure. I mean, I would meet him. He's okay. Never mind.
I'll set it up if you want to meet him. I'll set it up.
Okay, that's
Well, I was on The Apprentice, so I actually have some connections.
Okay, where would you go in a time machine?
Where would I go in a time machine? I would go to the future. I wouldn't go to the past. I want to go because I'm 29 years old, so that means I probably won't make it till more than 2080, 2009. I want to go to like the year like 3000. I want to see what it's going to be like. What's it going to be like? Are cars going to be flying in the sky, or,
I think it's going to be a little more like Mad Max.
You know what? Like FBA shipments, you're not going to even have to ship it out like a drone, like a robot's going to come into your garage and package it all up for you and ship it out for you.
You have a way better vision for the future than I do.
Hey, I do what I do. I try my best to inspire others.
Yes.
That's a bad answer. I have no clue, but I want to go to the future sometime.
There's no, that's
what's it called where you freeze your body? People are actually doing that where people who are
something.
What's it called?
Cryogenics.
Yes. I don't know if it's right when you die, they freeze you and then they want you, then I guess you get unfrozen sometime in the future, hoping that there's a technology.
Right.
I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it live on Google Hangouts.
Live on Google. We'll set that up.
Make it happen. We'll make it happen.
Okay. Do you have any near-death experiences?
I was thinking about this as well, and I feel like I do, but I don't remember. So I don't think there's like nothing really that stands out to me. I guess it wasn't near death, but I remember like being like 16 years old, and this is like the worst fear. I don't even want my mom's in the kitchen. I don't even want her to hear. But when I was like 16 and 17, I used to have friends who would just drive so fast. They'd be on a highway going like 140 miles per hour, and like it was so much fun to me. But I'm like, if one thing goes wrong, you are so dead. Like now that I know what I know, I'm like, when I have kids eventually, like I'm scared to death to let them drive in a car because I know at that age, people are psycho. These kids are so psycho. They don't even realize what it's like. So, I mean, that's just one thing looking back that I'm just like, wow, like one thing went wrong, like swerving through. Next.
Yes. No, I totally agree. I mean, my husband was pretty tame, so whenever I'm terrified about things, I don't want the kids to do this or that, and I get scared, and he's like, what's the worst that could happen? Like, you don't even know.
Oh, there's a lot of things going on that people don't realize.
Yes, for sure. Okay, I think I hit, I don't know if I missed any of the other ones. I've got one more for you.
What about the one about ghosts?
That was the last one I have that you know about. I've got more. Okay, do you believe in ghosts?
I've never seen a ghost before, but like there were times in my life where like I used to like get crazy on watching these UFO and like paranormal, and like there was a TV series called A Haunting. I don't know if you've ever seen it. Oh my gosh, that's the best TV show ever. It'll scare the living crap out of anybody who watches it. So there's like one part of me that believes that they're real, but I've never seen it, so I just don't know. But I do believe that this universe is made out of energy, and I feel like, I don't know, maybe there is. I've never seen anything, but I did have an ex-girlfriend, the same one that blew up all of her clothes in my truck accidentally. we were together for a couple of years, and I knew the family really well. They were all normal people, and they told me a story how they used to live in an old house that was haunted, and they all agreed and they all had the same stories about crazy things that happened. She said that she saw two ghosts. The dad said that he saw things. He said her sister at the time would like always get possessed and go crazy, and like all of a
What?
sudden like a tornado would like go through the house and like rip off cabinets, like crazy stories. And like, why would they lie unless they're just like all just like psychos and just making up stories? But like, the story, I would always ask them every 6 months just to see if their story changed, and it was always the same. The grandmother saw things, like everybody, the little kids. I'm like, how could everybody be lying? How could everybody be delusional? So ever since they told me that story, I'm like, can they really all be lying? You know? So
How long did you date Crazy Family Girl?
a couple of years. Yeah, a couple of years. So till I started seeing dead people. No, I'm just kidding.
Until you blew up all her clothes.
So I don't know. What about you? What is your take?
Yeah, I mean, I think, like you said, I've had a couple of small experiences, but I bring it up because I have these Ouija boards, and we had some stuff go on. I made a video about it, and I'm actually compiling like stories from other people. I've had a couple people send me video clips and stories that I'm going to make into one, like, because the question was, can things that you thrift or inherit carry like ghosts or like things with them? You know, and I got these 3 Ouija boards. I didn't think anything of it, and then some weird stuff has happened, and yeah.
Oh gosh, you let them into this universe. You opened up the gateway.
Yes. I was surprised at the response though, because I was just kind of like, haha, isn't this a funny thing to possibly be happening? And people in the comments were just like, oh my gosh, get those things out of your house.
Yeah.
They were,
Yeah, the people who are really big into it say don't mess with the Ouija boards. I don't know much about it, but they say that it's like a gateway to let spirits in, and I don't know, but that's
Yeah.
what I've read and heard.
So if I open my refrigerator and it's like Zerg or whatever, I can't remember. Yeah.
You know.
Yes. Okay. Time for the questions that you haven't heard yet.
Uh-oh.
Okay, these are the rapid fire. Ready?
Okay.
All right. Rap or country?
Rap.
Pluto, is it a planet or not?
Yes.
Do you prefer teddy bears or grizzly bears?
Teddy bears.
Twinkies or ding dongs?
Twinkies all day long.
Have you had a fried one? I've never had a fried one.
We should try it sometime in Texas.
You think? Okay.
I had fried ice cream the other day. It was delicious. Anyways.
Cats or dogs?
Cats.
See, we're cats too. Okay. Favorite holiday?
Probably Christmas.
Yeah.
Although I am half Jewish, half something else.
Something
I
else?
think it's called Episcopalian. I think that's what my mother is. Isn't that a branch of Christianity?
Yeah.
I'm bad with religion, never very religious.
Okay, what's your favorite pizza topping?
Well, when I used to eat meat, it would probably be bacon. But now that I'm vegan, I would say onions.
All right. Favorite doctor?
Dr. Seuss.
Yeah. Okay. That's what Jason said. Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Phil. No, Dr. Oz. Dr. Dre.
Okay, here's a question for you. If a seagull, this could happen.
Seagull? Like a bird?
Yeah. If a seagull pooped on my face, what would you do?
Lick it off.
Shut up.
Probably pull out my what's that thing called? The little I would shoot it down for you. I would get that. I would if a seagull pooped on your face, I would spend the whole entire day. I would hire an investigator. I would hire a seagull
tracker.
Seagull tracker. And I would dedicate I would probably start up a YouTube channel called Raiken Seagulls, and I would find that seagull and punish it for you. A vegan.
You wouldn't eat it though.
Because nobody messes with you. I don't care if you're a human or a seagull.
That's an unexpected answer for sure. I was like, I thought for me, I would say laugh. I would just laugh.
I went to the extremes. I licked it off and then I hunted down. I'm not weird, guys. This is normal. This is how normal YouTubers behave. and then start a channel and document it.
Right. We will find that seagull.
I can think of so many videos I could post about that top. Anyways, in this video, I'm going to give you 5 tips for cleaning a mess off of your face from a seagull. Come out with an ebook, 101 ways to wipe off. Never mind. I'm done. I'm done.
It's supposed to be good luck though, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. How many fun-sized Snickers could you fit into your mouth?
Probably like 7.
About 7. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a big mouth.
Okay, if we could prank one other YouTuber, who would you want to prank, and what do you think we could do?
I want to prank Yang. He's the funniest guy to prank ever. If you guys know Yang, retro aficionado, we could pants him, but everybody does that. We could train a seagull. We'd have to discuss it. There's a lot of different things that we can do. I mean, one of the things that we always do in the green room is we have the basketball net behind them and we dunk on them. That's a traditional green room ceremony is we dunk on people. Remember when we got Cody Hawk?
Mm-hmm.
He was so mad. He's a big guy in real life. Yeah. He's like 6'11".
Yeah, he's huge. Okay, we'll figure it out. All right, Steve, I'm a wizard. I just turned you into a fish. What do you do?
Mate with another fish and make babies.
Okay. All right. What song? Do you want to elaborate on that one?
It's all about survival.
Exactly. Because you can't resell as a fish, can you? No.
I don't think they have thrift stores in the water.
No. All right. Okay. So, what song makes you stop everything for a sing-along dance party?
Stop. I have no clue. I'm not good with remembering song names and everything. You're gonna have to help me out with this one.
You like a little Hall & Oates?
I don't even know who that is.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. How about Maneater?
Never heard of that.
How about Dancing Queen?
Who?
Dancing Queen from ABBA.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Did you dance to that? No. Okay. We'll figure it out. I'll just randomly, when I see you in Austin, I'll just come up behind you and play some music and see which one makes you stop and dance.
Yeah, I'm more the guy in the moment. Just put me there and we'll see what happens.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate me as an interviewer?
Probably a 10.
Thanks.
We have really good questions. I've been interviewed a lot, and most of them were so straightforward. I knew this was going to be a great interview because it was fun. It wasn't just dry. So I give you a 10 out of 10, girl. I think you got yourself a career.
I want to pull one of these though. I was previewing some of my what's the answer out of my book, and so I wanted to ask you one of these. I asked you one earlier. Here we go. This is the one I was giving you as an example. If someone told you that you had a face that would stop a clock, would you feel hurt or complimented?
I think it's a compliment.
Right?
I do.
Timeless beauty.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I have for you. Do you have anything you want to share before we close it up?
No, I mean, just a lot of fun coming on. I mean, I'm really proud of how far you've taken your channel and everything and all the value that you're adding to the community. We need more people like you. We need more people giving, and there's a lot of folks out there who they take. You know how it is as a YouTube content creator. A lot of people, they'll just take and then criticize. Give, help, put information out there. Don't just take. Try to be a part of the community by actually giving something as well. There's, you don't have to be the first one, to talk about a topic. So many people are always concerned about starting a YouTube channel that, well, everyone's already talked about everything. Well, yeah, but you have a different angle. You have a different personality. Some people are going to connect with you. They're not going to connect with me, vice versa.
Yeah, for sure.
but yeah, I mean, just a good time, and hopefully everything's going well with you and your family and everything. And excited to see you for the green room event for sure. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, what, like 3 weeks or something, right?
It's
Coming.
coming, right? What's today? The 28th, 21st?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
coming soon.
I'm going to be in Texas July 1st, so I'm going to be there a little early to enjoy the beautiful weather.
Oh my gosh, it's so hot right now. It's
I
crazy.
love it. I can't wait.
Okay, well, thanks so much for coming on. And thanks everybody for coming to hang out that hung in the chat and everything like that.
Somebody's asking who's the woman in the wall behind you. Right there, that's my brother. Everybody always said that about him. If he was here, he'd be so pissed off.
It's a pretty lady.
Thanks for having me on, Margaret. I appreciate it.
I really do. And again, I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for you. And I always thank you for it.
Hey, you're welcome. When we see each other, I'll definitely bring a nice clean towel for you to get that bird ish off, and some hot chocolate, and we'll call it a day. Call
Nice
it
moist
even.
towelette.
Yeah.
All right, I'll talk to you later. And thanks, everybody.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.